does the Neev approach heal relationships?
Okay. So relationships, there is one thing which we need to understand in relationships is that why relationship problems recur or why they come again and again. Relationship problems, they recur because there has been no completion in the past with that particular person. When there is no completion, when you have not completed, or in mediumships, when we do mediumships, when they contact the soul and where the soul who's passed away, then they say, oh, now there is a closure. So till the time the relationship, there is no completeness in that, till that time, that particular discrepancy will keep happening again and again and again. So it is going to every time ring the bell and it will tell you, I am incomplete, please complete me. But what happens is that people are so much into the B and C loop. So the B and C loop is the blaming and changing loop. That we always look into blaming the other person. Oh, he did this, and that is why this thing is happening. Or what they do is that if they feel that they cannot blame much now, all the blaming has been done with, they change that particular person or the partner, isn't it? But then it is when you're even changing the particular partner, if you're not resolved with the previous partner, the same traits are going to come down into this particular person. Let me give you another example as to, there was this lady, around a 50-year-old lady, who had come to me for consultation. She said, I want to do tarot card. And she came to me. So she told me that I'm carrying on with a particular person. She was in a live-in relationship with a particular person.
Okay.
And she was really confused whether to marry this person or not. Because it was sometimes a person was really nice and sometimes he was actually not that good. And it was an abusive relationship at that time, abusive exchange of words and things at that time. So she told me, what do I need to do? Do I need to marry this person? Can you take out tarot cards and tell me? So I told her, wait, just tell me what's happened to your husband. She said, I'm divorced. So I asked her, why did you divorce? She said, because my husband was very short fuse and used to get angry. And then we had a lot of arguments and incompatibility at times and things like that. I went a little back still. I asked her, how was it with your father? She said, don't ask me how it was with my father. My father was also a very angry person and used to always dominate me and things like that. So I told her, and by now, everybody must have understood where I'm coming to. I just told her, set right relationship with your father and set right relationship with your ex-husband. Automatically, you will get the answer as to whether you need to marry this person or not. The universe will answer you. You will not go to any healer. You will not pick up any tarot cards. They are not going to answer you in totality because things keep changing time and again. You just look into what is happening because you have left the relationship with your father incomplete. That incompleteness got manifested into a husband who was a challenging person for you. And because that has also been left incomplete, that is being manifested into this particular person now. And if you do not heal these previous relationships, it is then that this is also going to turn up into a similar end. She said, yes, I see so many traits of this person, of my father and of my ex-husband in this particular person. So she got the answer. So what I'm trying to tell is that A plus A is equal to 2A. A plus A is not equal to B, but we all have that myth and all the stories around us that, or for that matter, to be very precise, an incomplete person plus another incomplete person, I plus I is not equal to C. Two incomplete people cannot make up a complete life. I plus I will always be 2I. That means if there are two people who have left their previous relationships incomplete, the relationship between these two of them will always remain incomplete. And that is why the discrepancies in these people always, the same things keep on repeating because they have not completed from the previous relationship or the previous incidents from the same relationships. And only once they do that, can there be completion can the relationship be healed? So it goes that deep. And once we understand this from a correct perspective, it is then that the actual healing can start. Otherwise, only the trials and errors will kind of go on.
So what you're essentially saying, Veejay, is that if you've gone through like a breakup or a divorce, or you are going to, if you don't heal that previous relationship, and heal meaning that you, what do you mean when you say heal that previous relationship?
Completing the previous relationship. So it is.
What does that mean?
So, okay.
Because sometimes I don't think, like Lakshmi is, I've seen Lakshmi's comment already in the group. She says, "What if we don't want to go back to the ex and set things right?"
Yeah. So good you brought this up. What I'm trying to say, I am not trying to tell you that you need to go back to that particular person. What I'm trying to tell you is that there are two people. For one relationship, there are two people. For example, if it is me, in my workshops, I take up somebody as a buddy and then I give their example, but here I cannot, so I pick up myself. So if it is me, my relationship with my wife, for example, is not the relationship which is outside. If I'm comfortable with my wife inside, automatically outside there is a comfort, right? So we need to understand this thing in proper perspective. So it is not about the external thing. So if you have separated from a particular person, it is not that you go back to that particular person and you say, "Oh, I just attended the Tele summit by Veejay and he said that we need to complete it. So let's sit down and complete it, whatever had happened between the two of us." And let's. No, it cannot. You cannot complete with a conscious mind. It is a subconscious process wherein you need to go within yourself. And it is just a one-person game. Let me tell you, it is not that you need two people to set right a relationship. You need only one person, and that's the beauty of the processes, of these processes. You need just one person to set right relationship between two people. And I have umpteen examples, testimonials, experiences to the same effect, right? So you need not go to that ex-husband and resolve. You just internally have a closure with that. There is a process. That is a process which we take people into, and you just close it. Externally, it all depends on you as to how you want to deal with that person. Either you don't see his face ever again, or you be with him on speaking terms, or you go back to him. That is totally your choice. But what I'm trying to tell you, that completion is an internal process. It is not going back to that particular person. It is resolving the grudge, the hurt, or whatever residue is left of the other person, the resentment, anger, all those things which are there within you of that other person, to heal that particular thing. Because only when that is healed can a space be created for a new relationship. Otherwise, the new relationship will come in that particular space only, and he will also become that. Right? So that is what it is. So it is not about the physical reconciliation. It is about the spiritual releasing.
Okay.